everyone. Good morning. We're about to start. Pretty soon, Bill Flanagan is going to bring on our first panel. And Bill is our longtime moderator. He's moderated every one of our events. And this is actually our 15th anniversary of the American Middle East Institute. So I'm delighted to be partnering with an absolutely extraordinary manufacturing summit called the Global Manufacturing and Industrialization Summit. And it's been such a pleasure and such a great experience to work with this group out of the UAE, which is, it's just at the top notch, and the people they're associated with, top-notch people. And I'd like to especially acknowledge this very prestigious delegation that we have from the United Arab Emirates. I'd like to acknowledge His Excellency Omar Al-Suwaidi, the Undersecretary of the UAE Ministry of Industry and Advanced Technology. Would you care to stand so people know who you are? Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for being here. I'd also like to acknowledge His Excellency Mohammed bin Salem, Secretary General of the Federation of UAE Chambers of Commerce and Industry. And there's also the rest of the delegation here as well, and I don't know if they're all sitting together, but we have a wonderful delegation from the United Arab Emirates, and welcome to all of you. Some of you know Pittsburgh, but some of you it's your first time, and I hope you will find this a welcoming city. And we're known as the city of bridges, and that's what we are about, is really kind of building, at least my institute is about building bridges to the countries of the Middle East. So I couldn't be more delighted to be part of this session, part of this conference, to try to build these important bridges. So I hope you network a lot and make some important connections, and that's the goal of all of this, that we can build investment, mutual investment opportunities. I know I'm stating the obvious, we all want that, but you can't do too much of that. And this kind of forum provides that kind of opportunity, so please do take advantage of it. I am now going to bring on our longtime, as I mentioned, moderator, Bill Flanagan, who is going to introduce the panel. And Bill, thank you so much for always being there. He's moderated every one of our conferences. And one thing I just wanted to mention is that we had a spectacular day yesterday, high-level panels, and that's continuing today. But last night it was capped off by Dr. Sanjay Gupta, the CNN chief medical correspondent. I just wanted to say one quick thing about his remarks. He talked about his experiences around the world and terrible, being there when there was the nuclear disaster in Japan and the terrible hurricane that devastated Haiti. But he's traveled the world, and the one thing that stuck in my mind was that he became familiar with this group from South America, because he was studying which are the healthiest people in all of the world. And it turned out that there's this group in Amazon, in South America, that has 0 heart disease. And he studied them, and it turns out that they take 17,000 steps a day. They don't run, they take steps. And they're tracking animals, so they're not running, they're just quietly so that's one of the things. And the other thing is that they don't sit very much. They almost don't sit until they sleep. And it turns out that if you sit too much, when you get very old, you're sitting a lot, that makes your body just sort of turn off its defenses. So I thought those were interesting things. So you please sit today, but I just thought I'd mention how interesting that was. So without further ado then, Bill Flanagan.